Hey guys, hope you're having a great day. Welcome back to another episode of Real Talk Huntsville with Tim and Kim. It's right. It's great that our names rhyme.
It is great. It's easier for you to remember.
It is easier for me to remember. I have to have my picture on my car to remember my name most days. Anyway, I digress. Hope you are having a great week. It's been a couple of weeks. Man, I had this sinus thing again last week. The pollen here is killing me.
It's tough. A lot of people are having pollen issues right now.
Well, now they say it's the pollen from the trees.
Isn't all pollen the same?
Well, no, because you got your pollen that comes from the ragweed, and then you got the pollen that comes from the trees. We've got these trees in my backyard that drop these little, Archer calls them tree worms.
Okay.
But they're really like little sprigs, and supposedly that is what has got my sinuses going nuts. How are you?
I didn't know about the different types of pollen.
There's ragweed pollen, there's bee pollen.
Okay.
There's tree pollen.
What always gets me is when they spray the crops, like the cotton crops, which is later in the year, but that always gets me.
Yeah, me too. You know what? I went and had one of those allergy tests done where they stick 300 needles in your arms, and I'm allergic to cat dander and pollen.
Okay.
And some dust mites. It depends on their attitude.
You should probably move to the desert.
I really need to. You know, I was taking it, what is it, the Zyrtec D.
Okay.
And it drove my cholesterol through the roof. Had another episode with my doctor where they were like, "We're surprised you're not dead."
Yeah.
And I said I would have died with clear sinuses.
Well, that's true.
so I had to go off the Zyrtec D, and it was really the only thing that worked. So I can live and not be able to breathe, or I could die.
I don't know. I feel like breathing is important too, though.
I think breathing is overrated until you can't do it. So what's been happening with you the last couple of weeks?
Well, let's see. You know, we had Cats, the big Cats performance this weekend.
How
my
was
daughter
that?
was in Cats. It was amazing, and I'm not just saying that because my daughter was in it, but there was probably 80 kids on the stage at one point. They had kittens. They had the little kids come in to be the kittens, and it was really fantastic. It actually brought a tear to my eye on more than one occasion during the performance.
Did your daughter have a solo or anything?
She didn't really have a solo, but she did have a named part, so she was pretty happy about that. But it was great. It was a great performance. All of the kids so talented, worked so hard, and support your local high school theater.
I'm always surprised about the level of talent in these high school theaters. You know, my girls went to Bob Jones, and they had a big drama club there, and we went to a few of the plays, and they were really good. Man, when I was in high school, there was no talent.
I think there was talent. I think we didn't know how to showcase it, or maybe we just didn't. I don't know. You know, parents these days, we support our kids in a lot of different ways. Nothing wrong with
everybody
the way
gets a
our
trophy.
Parents did it, but you know, there's voice lessons now. There's all these extra music lessons, not just like going to band class, but I mean like you go to class after class and you get specialized, you know, classes and treatment.
And they start them early. Like Archer, who's 3, is in gymnastics. He's in swim, but he's also in music lessons, which is really just the kids dancing around to music. But he's also in, the Fantasy Playhouse?
Fantasy Playhouse.
And he had his little play yesterday. It was like this 5-minute Lion King thing. Anyway, he was dressed like a lion, and there were only like 5 or 6 kids in there. And, you know, the teacher sat there and kind of walked them through this little play. And it started off with the song, The Lion Sleeps Tonight. And so in the beginning, they're all laying on the floor, all the cute little lions. Well, Archer's tail was bothering him because he had this really long lion. So he would lay down and he'd have to readjust it. He'd bring his tail out and he was doing this. And it was cute.
He's like his grandpa.
My tail always bothers me. In fact, right now, it's no, we won't go there. But
we're not going
well, here's an interesting one for you. My daughter, Sierra, and her beau, Chance, spent the weekend at, I guess, what is our version of Comic-Con.
Okay.
It was the Huntsville Comic and Pop Culture Expo.
Okay.
And it was one of these 3-day events where, to me, it just looked like a big flea market of like, you know, I call it Nerd Fest. And if you're a nerd,
It's nerd
I'm sorry.
stuff.
Yeah.
Just nerd stuff.
Star Wars, a lot of manga, a lot of that sort of thing. William Shatner was there.
Whoa.
Captain Kirk, man.
Captain Kirk.
Who's 91 years old, right?
Really?
And yeah. And so they had him, they brought him in on Friday night, and Sierra sent me a picture of her standing like 20 feet in front of him and doing, he was back. Well, then they brought out security, and they wouldn't let anybody get near him to take pictures because he was selling autographed pictures.
Sure.
And here's the funny part. The autograph, they're like $160.
For a picture?
For a picture with Captain Kirk.
Okay.
But here's the kicker. It wasn't one of these selfie pictures. He was sitting in a chair, and there was a big piece of plexiglass. Oh. And you would stand on the other side of the plexiglass and get your picture made with it.
I would have just photoshopped like
I would have too,
picture
bro.
of me.
$160.
Putting myself in there.
Right. Well, I mean, he's 91. He just got out of the hospital. I assume it was a germ thing.
Sure.
More than a safety thing.
Well, if he is 91, he probably has to protect him.
Yeah, and Sierra said he just kind of sat there and he really didn't seem like he knew where he was. But this was, if you go to the big Comic Cons, they have like the Hollywood stars there.
Sure.
Here, there was, and I don't mean to demean anybody.
Of course.
But the guy who has done the voice of Goofy for 25 years was there. Okay. And you could get an autograph and a picture for like $20.
Okay.
And the guy who does Mickey Mouse was there. And all these, they were obscure to me, but they weren't obscure to all the folks there. And Sierra had just a blast.
Did she love it?
I had no idea I'd raised such a geek.
That's funny.
But yeah, they had a ball. They went down and who else did she meet? She met, remember the Power Rangers?
Sure.
So like 2 of the Power Rangers were there, and Sierra didn't know, but 2 of the original ones were dead. They had passed away. Okay. And so Sierra was talking to like the yellow Power Ranger, and she goes, "Oh yeah, my favorite was always the green." And they go, "Well, he's dead." Oh. And she was
and
just
she's like,
crushed.
"Well, I like yellow.
Yellow is good.
Yellow was good too."
But it was believe it or not, a huge event for the city of Huntsville, and so they're talking about bringing that back. In fact, what we're going to talk about today, there's a lot of events going on here locally. Yes. And hey, let's start off talking about the housing market because we are in real estate. We have Revolved Realty here. Housing market, inventory is still down. Demand is high. We're seeing some fluctuation in pricing, but as we keep saying every week on here, we're not going to have a bottom out of pricing. We are still at 20-year low of inventories. Demand is still high. There's so much going on now with mortgage rates. Starting May 1st, there's the new, if you've got good credit and a big down payment, you're going to pay an extra penalty for this. I did a whole video on that, but I don't really think that's going to affect home buying process much because people still have to have a place to live. Sure. And our growth is still just it's going on and on and on. So we are seeing things hold steady. I think we're going to get really busy come April.
It seems like it's getting busier already.
It is getting busier. We had our December, January lull, and then things started picking back up. But we're still seeing days on market are a little longer than we were used to last year, especially for luxury homes, 700,000-800,000. Those are going to sit there for a little bit, but still a great time to buy or sell here regardless. So a lot going on. What's happening in your world? I know you've got a lot of events to talk about.
We have so much to talk about today. All sorts of things going on around little old Huntsville. Let's start out with some, let's start out with Panoply.
Panoply.
So Panoply is kind of a Huntsville tradition. It has been going on for quite some time. It's the 41st annual.
Is it really?
Mm-hmm. So Panoply is what's touted as the Southeast Premier Arts Weekend, where Huntsville's innovative spark shines through a festival of art, music, and more. It's going on April 28th through 30th. There will be over 100 visual artists, 30 plus music acts, plus STEAM activities, which I looked up just to make sure I knew what STEAM activities actually were. It combines, and I've heard the name STEAM plenty of times around.
Steam in a towel?
Science, technology, engineering, art, and mathematics. So all sorts of activities. If you've not gone, if you're new to the area, or if you've never gone, bring an umbrella because it always rains.
Always rains.
But they have lots of tents, and there's all sorts of things from, things as simple as face painting to just all sort of creative things. Kids love it.
It's a lot of fun for the kids.
Yeah.
And it's kind of a...
For sure.
And where's it? Big Spring?
It's
Big
at
Spring Park, Friday, April 28th, Saturday,
28th.
and Sunday the 30th. So
Absolutely.
day passes, $10 in advance, kids 12 and under free. Weekend passes, $18 online. It's a lot of fun if you like arts and crafts.
Yeah.
The thing that I always enjoyed most about Panoply was we've got such artistic talent here. A lot of amazing painters.
A lot of creative artists.
I'm a failed artist, so I always like to see
people
who can actually paint because
I've seen your
I
art.
can't.
You're
Well,
pretty good.
I'm a doodler.
He is a doodler.
I'm
you
a
do little
doodler.
caricatures and stuff that are pretty funny.
Well, whenever I'm on the phone, I'm always just doodling, and I never know what's going to come out of my pen.
You never know.
It is another one of my many skills that have never gotten me anywhere. So, but Panoply is a big deal. We'll put a link to that in the description. What else you got?
We've got the Daikin Festival, which is May 5th. It's from 6 to 9 at Point Mallard Park, which is in Decatur. This has been happening since 1994. I have never heard of it, to be honest.
What is the Daikin Festival?
It is a Japanese festival in the style of Bon Odori. Don't know what it is. Didn't look it up. Sorry, guys. But there will be live music.
We never go too deep on this show.
No, I mean, come on. I looked up how to pronounce Daikin, okay?
I looked up
Give me a little credit.
up Panoply.
He did. Do you
Means
remember what
a collection of
splendid display.
Splendid display.
Or collection.
Do you collect anything?
I made a note of that. I don't collect anything.
Nothing? No?
I mean...
Not little clowns, scary figurines?
I don't know. The closest thing might be just like shoes or something, I guess.
I thought you were going to say ex-husbands. Anyway.
Could be that. You never know. Okay, so live music, Japanese folk singing, shodo, which is Japanese calligraphy.
I love that.
Yakisoba is one of the things that will be there, which are traditional buckwheat Japanese noodles.
Oh.
Plus barbecue and hamburgers, of course, because this is the South.
This is Alabama.
And so it's free, it's open to the public, and there will be a fireworks display at the end of
That is so
of
cool.
the
We
evening.
really do have a lot of culture here.
I mean, it's
You wouldn't know it
cool.
from watching this show.
Not here,
but we do.
but here in the area. All right, so also we have Rocket City Kitty Palooza.
What
May
would that be?
6th. Mark your calendars from 11 to 3 at Low Mill.
Okay.
We've not really talked very much about Low Mill. Maybe
We
we'll
haven't.
circle
Maybe we should,
back to that more. But the first floor of Low Mill, Catty Shack Inc., not Catty Shack the movie, but Catty Shack, which is a cat lounge at Low Mill. Have you ever seen this
It
place?
is a lounge literally for cats?
It is a lounge literally where
I'm
you
allergic.
can go in. Yeah, you can't go, but people who are non-allergic can go in. They have cats that are adoptable there.
Oh, okay.
And I think you can have coffee or, something like that. But yeah, you can
drop in and pet a
play
cat.
with adoptable cats. I think they're raising money for a spay-neuter program. So they work with local
Reduce
shelters.
the number of cats in the place.
So, well, so they don't have to open
you know,
Catty Shack
there's a
2.
limit.
There is a limit there. Okay, also we have in Decatur, a lot going on in
Lot
Decatur
going on in
this
River City.
weekend. The 34th annual St. Anne's Seafood Fiesta.
Ooh.
Okay, so that is April 29th. It's on Spring Avenue in Decatur. They're going to have gumbo. They're going to have fried catfish, plus quesadillas, tacos, vendors, games, and a car show.
You always got to throw in a car show.
I love a car show.
Or a
You
truck,
like
a
car
monster
show?
truck rally.
I love
I love a good car show.
Yeah,
Yep.
for sure.
Wow, lots going on.
Yeah, and there's more.
Keep going.
We can't
God
stop
forbid I
here.
get in your way.
Okay, so I think this is pretty fascinating. Huntsville is hosting the UCI Paracycling Road World Cup. That's a lot to say.
Wow.
But they are working with the U.S. Paralympic Cycling and Medalist Sports. It's going to happen May 26th through May 29th. This is the first time ever that a Paracycling Road World Cup, again, a lot to say, will ever be held in the U.S., though.
Oh, wow.
And it's happening here in little old Huntsville, Alabama. There's going to be about 300 athletes with their families and their support teams, and they're looking for volunteers, I think, for the event, because it's, you know, it's a big production. So they're looking for volunteers. That's May 26th through 29th. So mark your calendars for that. And if you're interested in volunteering, I think that's a great cause to participate in.
You're going to need somebody to cook barbecue and burgers, because you can't have an event without the paracycling. So, yeah, I mean, that is a very big deal. The Paralympics is, I mean, this goes on around the world, and I wonder how they picked us. Probably they saw this show.
They probably
and
did
said, we
see
need
the
to
show
help these people out.
Yeah, they said, let's give them something to talk about.
Give them something to talk about.
All right, so let's jump topics.
Let's do that.
A recent list that analyzed transportation data from the U.S. Census Bureau ranked the worst commutes in the country.
Whoa, the worst commutes.
The worst. This is a worst list.
Home to work kind of commute, I would assume?
So Florence, Muscle Shoals was ranked the worst city for smaller metros, beating out East Stroudsburg, Pennsylvania, Spartanburg, South Carolina, and Dover, Delaware for the smaller metros.
Now, why would Florence have such a bad commute problem?
I have no idea. The report didn't actually say, but Birmingham Hoover ranked number 9 on the list of larger metros with an average of 26 minutes for a one-way commute, which really still isn't that bad.
No.
84% of workers commuting were using private transportation. That's how they did the metrics for that.
Okay.
Orlando was the worst, number 1.
Yeah, everybody going to Disney.
Atlanta, number 3, and Nashville, number 11.
See, I can see that. I mean, if you die and go to hell, you have to go through Atlanta. You have to drive through Atlanta. But Florence is strategic. Yeah, Florence is not a large metro. They may not have any public transportation.
They may not.
Which may have been a factor, but still, I'm surprised that, you know, the average commute here is said to be about 18 to 20 minutes.
Yeah.
And, you know, we have a lot of traffic, but it doesn't stack up. It doesn't stop unless there's a wreck or something.
Yeah, I think we have people going in different directions. Like some people are going toward Redstone Arsenal. Some people are going to Research Park. Some people are going towards the hospital, you know, the medical district. So maybe that helps out a little bit.
Could be.
Yeah, and we do have some decent public transportation. I think we do need more public transportation.
We do. We don't have a lot here. It's getting better. They're building a new terminal and buying some more buses.
Yeah.
So might be a future gig for us, Kim. Bus drivers.
I would love to be a bus driver, actually. I think I'd be very good
You
about
would be.
it.
Sit your ass down.
So, side story, I was talking to a couple of my friends from high school recently. We were talking about the good old days, and my friend's grandfather had this big Cadillac. I don't know what year it was or what. It was a big Cadillac. It had a bench seat in the front, bench seat in the back. And I would drive this Cadillac and go pick everyone up. I had to sit on the very edge of the seat.
To reach the pedals?
Like this, to reach. And I would go and pick up all the friends. And I think we could fit about 10 girls in this car.
You can get a lot of people
so
in a big Caddy.
I think I could be a bus driver.
I think you would do great at that. Jeez.
I like it.
Wow.
My next career.
Could be a bus driver.
You heard it here first.
Can you imagine me as a bus driver?
No, you would be a terrible bus driver. You would be the crankiest bus driver.
I would walk away. What I would do.
You would just leave the bus.
Well, you talk about high school. Let's segue.
Okay.
A lot of news this week about Alabama, North Alabama especially. Best public high schools in the state of Alabama. 9 North Alabama high schools rank among the top 30.
Wow, that's pretty impressive.
So that is pretty impressive. Let's see. Let me go down the list here. For many of these students, anxious parents, blah, blah, blah. I just gloss over the details and get to the list.
I was the one who was getting grief for not reading the whole
Well,
article.
you were. But, well, I mean, I hate to criticize.
Sure.
But these are just poorly written. I'm sorry. Anyway, let's look at the top 30. Let's see. We're going to start at the top, but I just want to do the ones here in Madison County.
Yeah. Well, there's Coleman and Muscle Shoals too.
Coleman is there. Well, Muscle Shoals is a couple hours away, and their transportation
is bad.
So we're not going to talk. It's all them school buses.
It is.
They're just backed up. But Coleman, which is just south of Decatur, came in at number 26. But let's see here. Grissom High School, South Huntsville. 1,900 students got an A rating, number 21.
Oh, that's
Athens
good.
High School.
Yeah.
I thought this was pretty cool because everybody makes such a big deal of Bob Jones and Madison schools.
Yeah.
But when you look at it, we've got high schools all over the area coming in. Athens at number 20. Hartselle at number 18.
That's good.
Huntsville High School.
Huntsville High.
You
That's
like
where
seeing
my girls
Huntsville
go.
High on the list? Number
I do.
16. Let's see. Scroll on down. New Century Tech High School. That's the new
that's a great
high school
yeah.
in Huntsville.
A+ rating.
That's a really cool school. It's one of those magnet schools, and that means that it is not driven by geography. If you want to, if you've got a student who is let's say technologically advanced a little bit, very interested, you can actually apply for them to go to these magnet schools.
Yeah.
Bob Jones in Madison, number 9. 1,800 kids at Bob Jones. I graduated from Bob Jones in 1978. I think we had 35 kids in the senior class.
No way.
Yep, I bet you there's 35 kids in a bathroom out there
Wow,
right
that's
now.
crazy.
Yeah, James Clements, number 6.
Good job, James Clements.
And let's see, what else have we got here? I think that's it. But
That's it for
that's
North
not
Alabama.
too bad. But
That's not shabby.
yeah, so you've got Bob Jones, you've got James Clements, both Madison high schools that rank high on the list. And these was this only high schools?
I think it was. Yep.
Yeah, because we have a lot of elementary and middle schools here that top every list. So
Absolutely.
that's pretty good. So let's go from best to worst.
Okay, let's do it.
Yeah, wanna? Let's do it.
Let's do it.
The 15 worst places to buy a home if you want it to grow in value.
Ooh.
This is a list of the 1,500 out of 400 metropolitan markets where the homes did not raise to go up in value very much.
Okay.
And good to note, we're not on the list.
We are not.
However, Montgomery, our state capital is, they were number 1 with the property value, the long-term growth in home value was only 59%.
Since 1998.
Since 1998. Yeah, so, and was it 98, 08, 18, was it 25 years?
That's too much
So in the
math.
last, I almost had to
25
pull my
years.
shoes off. Yeah, the
25
property values
years.
there have only gone up about 59% in 25 years.
Wow.
And I think our property values here last year, depending on Huntsville, Madison, Decatur, Athens, was anywhere from 15 to 30%.
Look how many
last
Illinois,
year.
not to discount
Yeah.
Illinois, but look how many Illinois cities
Springfield,
are on there.
Peoria,
That's kind of
Bloomington. I
surprising.
wonder why.
I don't know.
Number 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 are all Illinois. 13 is Illinois.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So on average, home values in the U.S. grew 154% from the first quarter of '98 through the fourth quarter of 2022. However, the bottom 15 ranked averaged only 66%. You're also seeing a lot of population leaving Montgomery. Now, Montgomery's 3 hours south of here. And now we are the largest metro in the state, which puts Montgomery probably at 3. There's us, Birmingham, Montgomery. So a lot of that, that may have something to do with it. So
Could be, yeah.
yeah. So if you are worried about your property values going up, probably not Montgomery.
No.
You had sent me this thing about ticks.
I did.
This
I
week.
said
a
to
lovely
Tim, can
graphic.
we talk about ticks on the show?
Yeah.
And he said, sure.
I happen to be an expert.
Well, I mean,
See my tick?
Not a nervous tick.
Right.
No, a friend of mine had posted on Facebook that her child got Lyme disease and is very sick from it. And I think it's something that no one wants to really talk about ticks, but
Yeah.
it's
well,
important.
They're here.
They're
real.
here.
They're everywhere.
They
everywhere where you have woods and outdoors, you're going to have ticks. But Lyme disease is, really nothing to joke about. It can be really brutal. And I'm not sure you can ever get over it. There's some very famous people that have had Lyme disease. But yeah, ticks, I can't tell you how many ticks I've pulled off of dogs.
Yeah, me too.
Off of myself. I had my cousin Ray once.
Oh boy. The cousin Ray story.
My cousin Ray got a tick in a very bad place.
Oh boy. And did you have to pull it off?
No, but we called his mother.
Oh, his poor mother.
We were probably 11 or
Had to
12.
had to
You know,
handle
we
that
weren't.
one.
It wasn't like we
See
were in
what
our
mothers
30s.
do. Mother's Day is coming up, people. Remember what your mother does for you.
I'll never forget going up to Aunt Gladys and going, Aunt Gladys, Ray's got a tick on his.
Let's
She's
not
like,
mention it.
and I mean, she didn't skip a beat. You
Sure,
know,
she was
without
just
we were
like,
always
"Come
out in
on."
the woods doing stuff. But
That's funny.
But yeah, they can be. Especially if they're Lyme disease. I mean, you know, they attach to you, they suck your blood.
Yeah.
And they blow up with
Yeah.
that blood.
So there's a lot of different kind of ticks too. Like
There
you got to
really
show
are.
people this chart. You got to put
we'll
this
put
in the
this up.
attachment.
Yeah,
There's
yeah.
all sorts of ticks, people.
Man.
It's bad.
Beware the ticks. Hey, let's talk about some good news.
Okay.
Can we?
Good news.
BJs Wholesale Club is
Awesome.
coming to Town Madison.
Madison.
Now, BJs Wholesale Club, I think they sell groceries. Do they sell other things?
See, I'm not sure.
Another
I thought
poorly
they
written
were
article.
just like Costco or Sam's, but maybe they're more of just like grocery type things. I'm not sure.
I don't know. Anyway, they did a groundbreaking. They're going to be next to, what is it?
The stadium?
Out near the stadium, but also, what's the clothing place? Duluth Trading.
Oh, yeah.
Yep, they're going to be there next to Duluth. Let's see, if you sign up for a membership before the club opens this fall, they're going to build this really quickly.
Okay.
You'll get a $40 gift card. Basically pays for your first year of membership. According to someone there, BJ's offers incredible value. We're here to save families money. Our grocery prices are 25% less on the average. They also sell gas.
Okay.
And you can save 10 cents per gallon. So,
That's
are you a
nice.
fan of the wholesale clubs? Sam's, Costco?
I mean, I don't really use them, to be honest. I don't.
Melissa buys all of her meat at Costco. And it's really good, but you got to
Yeah.
buy like a side of a cow there. But
Yeah, for sure. Well,
so-
you guys probably have like a big freezer or something.
we
to
do have
store
a big
things in.
freezer. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Yep. So that's good news, though. BJ's coming here. What was the wholesale food that we got? Is it Gordon's? The one that just relocated
Gordon's,
here?
yeah, Gordon's is like a restaurant supply, but they sell it to the public. So,
Oh, cool.
as I understand, you can, anyone can go in there and they have great prices. I've never
Man,
gone there.
I'm all about saving the money. I got to tell you.
Oh yeah, for
So
sure.
you had mentioned the sports thing earlier. This is another one. Conference USA Basketball Championships are coming to the Rocket City. Look at Tommy with his cap.
Tommy looks great in that.
Mayor
cap.
Battle. I love Tommy. He's great.
He's a cool guy.
Straight off the heels of March Madness, a big basketball announcement was made today in Huntsville. The Rocket City just secured a pretty major hoops event for next year. Huntsville will host the men's and women's Conference USA basketball tourneys at the Civic Center.
Ooh,
This is
that's-
great. The economic impact is expected to be more than $3 million.
Oh wow.
Because, well, the hotel rooms,
Sure.
restaurants, all of that sort of thing. The 2024 USA Basketball Championships are scheduled for Tuesday, March 12th through the 16th. This is the conference champions receive an automatic bid to the NCAA championships.
Well, that's
So
cool.
that's pretty good.
I don't know anything about sports, but I think it's great.
Well, it's played with the ball. that's about all I know. But we will we'll put a link. But that's pretty cool. There's a lot of events happening here,
A
and
lot
especially
happening
stuff
in
like
little
this.
old Huntsville. We love it.
Little old Huntsville, and the one of the last things I have: City of Huntsville seeking applicants for summer internship.
Oh, that's fun.
So, Kim, if you're
Okay.
bored and you
Well,
need
this is for
something to do when you're not in
college
here,
students,
Ah,
but
so-
I think I could pass, right?
Yep. Let's see. City of Huntsville looking for summer interns. Interns will go through job training, networking, and development. So
Okay.
a lot of fun. A lot of fun things going on in the city. I could go on, but I won't. So if you're interested in that, yeah, we'll put a link to
Yeah,
all of
put
this
a link
below.
to that because I
So
think that's great. A lot of
Yep.
college students would love to work for this city.
it's great experience. Anytime you can intern.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's like my daughter Sierra. She did an internship in college that turned into a part-time gig that turned into a full-time gig, and so it kind of snowballs from there.
Yeah,
So
I love
so what's happening this week? You got anything going on?
Nothing fun.
Me neither.
Just hanging out with you.
Bless your heart. So I wish there was more for you to do. So,
try
hey
to come up
guys,
with something.
I think that is going to wrap up this edition. We had a lot going on. I mean,
there's a lot going
you
on.
know,
in
we're not
Huntsville.
Regis and Kathy Lee, but we got a lot going on.
I mean, Huntsville, if you can't find something to do in Huntsville, then you're not looking at the right place.
Yep. We didn't even talk about things coming to the Orion. I'm so excited to go see James Taylor here.
Oh, that's coming up.
Was it June, I
Pretty
think?
soon. Oh, isn't the Allison Krauss and Robert?
It is. And they're such an odd couple.
They are an odd couple,
Here,
but
let me pull it up really quick.
Yeah, look it up real quick. I felt like that was like coming up like this weekend or something.
It is getting close.
It's getting super close. I think it'll be a great.
Yeah.
That'll be a great event.
I love the Orion Amphitheater.
Yeah, April 30th.
It is just cool. Yep, you've got Robert Plant, Allison Krauss coming
That's
up
Sunday.
April 30th.
Yes, you still have time.
I could still go. It's
You
just
could still
hard
go.
for me to, I mean, this is the guy who sang Stairway to Heaven.
Well, sure.
And now he's 75 doing bluegrass.
Now he's closer.
Well, he's
getting
closer to my
heaven.
age now. Remember, his shirt was open. Not like Martina McBride coming the 20th. Weezer.
Weezer.
Is that a band?
It is a band.
That's an old guy standing up there going.
It's like a 90s band, right?
I think so, yeah.
It is, yeah.
James Taylor on the 20th. I already got my tickets to that. Ja Rule.
Ja Rule.
You listen to a lot of hip hop and bebopping and
I
bibbidi
do.
boo.
Keeps me awake. Keeps me awake.
Kim is trying to find us a theme song.
I played the "Let Me Clear My Throat" version of LL Cool J for him, and he was like, "No."
Nope. But you did play Welcome Back.
I played "Welcome Back, Kotter" also.
Back. I love that
That's
song.
a great one.
Only
the old people are going to
I
recognize
know.
that.
People are going, Welcome Back who?
Welcome Back.
Welcome Back, Kotter.
If you're under
Mr.
40, you're
Kotter.
probably not going to know.
So anyway, Widespread Panic. Billy Strings. I've already got my tickets to go see Billy Strings. He's amazing.
Oh, yeah.
Doobie Brothers, August 30th. Train. I love Train. So
Mm-hmm.
a lot going on, and we'll talk about those guys as we get closer. So,
Yes.
all right, I think that's going to do it. We have
wrap.
killed enough of your time. So, hey, don't forget, guys, if you when it comes to real estate, if we can do anything for you, give us a call. We've got Revolved Realty here, and if you've got questions or comments about anything we talked about today, just drop them in the comments below. And we'll take care of it for you. So
We'll do
that's
our
it.
best.
I'm going to go medicate and lay down. See you.
Good idea.
Bye.